Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Sister Latoya. I'm a member of Inner City Church. I want to first and foremost say happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to all the members, and especially give a special shout out to our Bishop, Darius J. Nixon. I must say being a member at Inner City has been rewarding, and most importantly, I have seen how I evolve in a major way. Seeing the growth and seeing the efforts that was put in because of the teaching of our bishop. I must say that when we apply the principles and the teaching that our bishop has provided us, we thrive. And I am one to stand testament to thriving and being able to be successful. So I just want to say once again, happy anniversary. And most importantly, Bishop, you are appreciated. And I can say for the rest of the members, you are loved. Happy anniversary.
CC, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I just want to say, Bishop, thank you for your yes. Thank you for not just the first yes that you gave to God, but the yeses that come after that, because those are the hardest yeses. They really are. And when I look at you, I say, wow, I'm a part of something that's greater and bigger than myself. I'm a part of excellence. And ICC, that is what we represent. We represent excellence. And I know that God has favored us for 22 years, and we have 22 plus to go.
Happy anniversary to my church, Inner City Church. Happy 22nd anniversary. Lord, I thank you for planting my feet into the churches in the city and allowing me to be a sheep under the covering of Bishop Nixon. I thank you for all that you've done to my family, Bishop, all that you do for my family, keeping us covered in prayers. I thank you for the love that you have towards Brianna and she has towards me. Bishop. And we thank you for all that you do for our family. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Greetings and blessings, ICC. This is a wonderful time of the year. Why? Because we're celebrating 22 years of service. I am so grateful to be a part of ICC, the family. Bishop, I don't know where I would be if I wasn't under your teachings. Through your teachings, preaching, prayers, they have built me up, and I am so grateful. I appreciate you. And there is nobody like Bishop Darius Nixon. ICC, I love you, and I pray that God continues to bless you or bless us to see another 22 years. Happy anniversary, Inner City.
Hey, Inner City. Happy anniversary. Oh my God, Inner City has impacted me in so many ways. I don't even know where to start. But one thing I will say is that Inner City is love. And in these 5 years that I have been here, you guys have been so consistent with showing that. You guys have called and checked on us. You guys have prayed with and for us. And you guys have been super supportive of my business, like more than I could ever ask for. I remember the first time that I walked through the doors and I said, is this where the 3 p.m. service is? And they said, yes, come in, welcome. And I remember Granny hugging us and kissing us all on the forehead. Oh my God, that is something that I will never forget. But one thing that I will say that has stood out to me through all of the years is a conversation that Bishop and I had. And one thing he said to me that stood out was, Letitia, you and your children are safe. I've never told him about my church hurt. I've never told him about the depression, because that's how I entered Inner City. And when he said that to me, it just like a weight was lifted off of me. So to Inner City and to Bishop Nixon, thank you guys all for loving us and just taking care of us and just, man, loving us the way that you guys do. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. I love you all so much. Happy anniversary again, Inner City.
Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? It is so good to be on with all of you tonight. I am so grateful to have this opportunity to share this platform with some of our flock. And these are those that have been with us and have been sharing with us. And you know their faces because they have been doing our post service platform. And those of you that hang around with them and just interact with them, we appreciate you all so much. So I'm gonna just say what an amazing journey it has been. 22 years doing um, this gospel ministry. That is the Inner City Prophetic Ministries, formerly known as that, but now we are the Inner City Church. And what God has done with and through our ministry has just been outstanding. It has been remarkable. It has been really life changing. And so we're so grateful. Tonight, you're going to hear from some of our members. We've got so many memories that have flooded in. So, what I need everybody to do right now, hit the share button, share this to your pages. And I also need you to go ahead and hit the like and the love button. I only see two people who have engaged with the like and the love button. And that's just not going to work for us tonight. We're going to need everybody right now. And don't even hit the like, hit the love. You love it. You know what I mean? You love it. We don't want no like. We want love. So I need you to hit the love button tonight and make sure that you're interacting with us tonight. If you have a memory that you want to share, visiting our church or becoming a member of our church, put it there in the comment section. We want to see it. We want to acknowledge you. We want to highlight you. We are so glad to have you with us. Elder Zeke, I'm going to turn it over to you because you do this a lot better than I do. But I'm just so grateful and so glad. Introduce everybody.
Yes, sir, Bishop. Well, it is just a joy to be able to share again with you. This is an awesome time that we are in. We are in celebration mode. I know yesterday was the day, but as some people may say that their birthday is all month, our birthday is going to continue past and beyond yesterday's date on the calendar. So we're so excited to be with you, Bishop. And yes, this is a glorious time. And I'm excited because, like you said, we usually do this after service, our post show, our recap, but we get to hang out with you, Bishop, in this space and to have some great dialogue, talk about some of the love that has been sent to our ministry. So we want to give everyone an opportunity just to greet and to share. We're excited because we got some leaders on here. We got some young people. We got some of our media team on here. This is just a great time. So we got Deacon Damien first off. Can you just say hello to the people that are here with us on Facebook Live?
Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm so excited to be in this space with you, Bishop, with you, the missionary, pre, and ex. I'm so happy to be here. I know the recap space usually looks a little different, but guess what? I still got my notebook. I still got my church notes, and I'm ready to recap about yesterday because I'm telling you, I'm still on cloud 9 from
Yeah.
this.
Yes, sir. It was some great sharing that Bishop gave us yesterday. And as Bishop said, we've been getting the word for 22 years. And even in his sharing, we still were able to receive the word. So that was just awesome. Missionary Ebron, can you greet the people?
Blessings, everyone. Missionary Pre here with you all. That sounds so beautiful. 22 years of Inner City Church. We had a great celebration
Yeah.
yesterday, a great one. And I'm just so overwhelmed with joy and gratitude. Bishop, I thank you. You already know I love you. To my church family, I love you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Missionary Pre. And last but not least, we got Brother Xavier Bozo on with us. Talk
Yeah.
to us, sir. How you feeling tonight?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Bishop. I am excited. I think that I get joy getting an opportunity later on during the day to catching the opportunity of the recap of service. Just about every week, I try to reach out to Bishop and just giving my thoughts on our service. It's exciting to be a part of what I know is going to grow, and I think that's the most I get out of being with us every week. It's ever growing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awesome. And look, we're so happy that each and every one of you are in with us. We see those names and those greetings that are coming in. So blessings to you, whether you are a member, a partner, or just a friend of the Inner City Church, New York. We thank you for being with us, not just today, but for being with us since the inception of our digital platform. You have been with us. You have been supporting us. You have been assisting us in spreading this great gospel that God has given to our hand and to our call. So we want to say first, thank you. Thank you. There are partners and members that have joined this flock and this fold, not just in the Tri-City area, but we have members in California. We have members in the South. We have members on the West Coast. It is just a glorious opportunity to be able to extend our reach. So tonight, we say thank you. We say thank you. And throughout this night, we want you to continue to participate with us, engage with us, as Bishop said. No likes tonight, only love. Somebody might want to put that in the chat. Only love tonight. Only love tonight. We want to make sure that that continues to spread throughout tonight's conversation. We want to jump right into the conversation. But Bishop, did you have any greetings that you wanted to share with the people further?
Hey, I want to just tell everybody again, hit the share button. You know, it's just at this point, hit the share button. You know, it's just easy. It's 1, 2, 3. Hit the share button, share it right now, and hit the love button. I only have 18 people right now on Facebook who has interacted with us by hitting the like or the love. But I need everybody to hit that love button right now. Everybody on Facebook, hit that love button right now. We need you to love us right now. I'm so excited. I see so many of our membership in the comment section between. How did you do that, Pre? She put a heart, all the heart. Oh, there you go.
Bishop, I was wondering too. I said, well, wait, my camera
I'm
broke.
Oh,
special.
it
I'm
works on mine
special.
too.
I'm
Pre,
special. Look.
I ain't doing no heart right.
Yeah,
I got
Bishop is zooming in.
uh,
Bishop is zooming in on you.
it came in on me because I am the heart. Huh?
Yo.
Yo, Kishio. And so thank God. But anyway, what I was going to say, make sure you hit the love button for us tonight. We're very excited to be on. I see so many of our members in the comments, and we're just really having a good time. We are on here to really recap our celebration yesterday, but we also are on here to really give an invitation of involvement to everyone who is watching, whether you're a member or whether you are a partner. We love to have you a part of what we're doing and to know that Xavier spoke about the word growth. But here is the amazing thing about growth. Growth only happens when participation is activated, when everybody is involved. Everything that they're involved with has to grow. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
Yes, sir, Bishop. And there definitely was a lot of growth that we were all able to experience even during yesterday's celebration. We called it that divine elevation. That divine elevation. So I'm sure we're going to talk about that tonight. And I feel like time is going to jump and escape us and try to escape us. But look, we, as you said, Bishop, just a moment ago, received so many wonderful memories,
Yeah.
so many wonderful memories. And in just a moment, we're going to have a few of our panelists share one of those memories because we want to make sure that we are just sharing that love that resides in the inner city church, because it's an awesome experience to be able to hear and to make that love known and exposed to the world. The word of God again tells us that with loving kindness have the people been drawn. So we want to make sure that we share that love and share in this celebration. So Deacon Damien, can you I know we got an opportunity before we came on to look through some of those memories. Would you read through one of those memories for us, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. I was going through them and I couldn't help but smile just reading some of them. But I'm going to go down to Sister Latoya Nugent. She said, "Good morning. I wanted to take a moment to reflect on my experience at ICC, where I have been a member for 3 years. However, it feels like much longer. One of my favorite memories is from a Sunday service when Bishop was preaching about how we are responsible for our responses. That method profoundly changed my life and the way I interact with people and respond to challenging situations. She said, I particularly remember when Bishop stated, silence cannot be misquoted. Somebody need to put that in the chat. Silence cannot be misquoted. This insight has allowed me to share valuable lessons with my son and my students. I taught them that if they remain silent, no one can ever say they said anything. There are so many cherished memories, but these two stand out as particularly significant. So shout out to Sister Latoya Nugent. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got so many sermon series. There's so many. I'm talking about real gems that Bishop has preached over the years. But that silence cannot be misquoted. I'm going to post that again for tonight. Moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's so great to see that the experience that our membership has with the church has not just been something that they, enjoy when they come in the in person or when they're online viewing. It is something that is transforming their lives professionally. She talked about her job. Personally, she talked about her children. What an awesome memory to share with us. Thank you, Sister Latoya Nugent. I believe she's in the comments with us this evening. So that was wonderful. That was wonderful. Brother Xavier, do you have one of those memories that you would like to share with us this evening, sir?
I always get an opportunity to recap on messages I've heard Bishop preach. And I think one of the most strongest convicting words I've heard Bishop preach was, um, know those that labor among you. And man, was that word just was so resounding in my spirit. I mean, Bishop, I was going through some stuff, and it just kept ringing in my ears. Like, if you know a person, you shouldn't be mad, sad, hurt, or affected by what you know they're capable of.
Mhm.
And when I got that understanding, oh man, I think in this season I've learned from being with Bishop and in the city church, stand on your principles and not matter. And for that, I am forever grateful.
Wow. Wow.
Wonderful, wonderful. These tools that have been given to us from our bishop, from our leader, have really transcended age. It is something from the youngest to the eldest that we've been able to adopt to our own lives. I'm sure there's so many witnesses there in the comment section that can attest to that very fact, because it's not easy to walk this way of life when there are so many combating factors that would try to distract us from our purpose, from our goals. But thank you, Bishop, for giving us these tools that we can really use to further our agenda, and again, all of that love that we see coming to our church. Missionary Pre, do you have one of those memories that have been submitted that you'd like to share with us this evening, ma'am?
I sure do. Um, I'll say ever since this couple has joined the church, I've been drawn to them for some reason. They're just so sweet spirited. So, Father Julian and Elder Sabrina Lopez submitted theirs, and they said, Grace and peace. Our first visit to Inner City Church was on July 23rd, 2003. We became members on January 23rd, 2004. One of our favorite memories was the kindness and love that was shown from the people. The awesome anointed singers singing to our brokenness. I'm lost without you. Your love reminding us he built us. And oh, how he loves us. I cried like a baby. Then Bishop's message was on conquering tantrums. That was a good one. Learning to remain calm, our first day was a surprise to Mother Evangelist. We had not seen each other for over 25 years. She did not recognize us, but when she did, it was done. We couldn't stop holding each other and jumping. Also, I recognized my bank teller from college, 1983.
Wow.
But by her beautiful smile and pretty eyes, Sister Benita Clark. My husband kept saying, Please make sure you don't want to be mistaken or embarrassed. I responded, I know that's her. When service ended, we greeted her and I asked if she worked at Citibank on J Street in the 80s. I said, I believe you were the teller that assisted me. She replied, yes. I gently looked at my husband. It was a wonderful and refreshing first experience at Inner City Church.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, what a memory to share. And as you mentioned, Pre, we are so delighted to have Father Lopez and Elder Sabrina Lopez join
Yeah.
this fold. It is awesome. It is awesome. And, you know, when you talked about that particular memory, and there were so many memories, I'm not sure if we'll get to all of them, but we will most certainly acknowledge everyone that submitted
Please.
because there were so many memories. But when you talked about that family that you were just drawn to, we mentioned it when we first came on, but our reach is not just for those that are able to come into the in-person.
Right.
Our reach are for those that are sometimes unable, but they are most certainly a part of our family. And we have to read the memory that came from Merritt and Taj Maletti Freeman and the Freeman family up there in Connecticut. We
Yeah.
have to share their memory. It says, good evening. Merritt and I and our daughters have been members of Inner City since June 2022.
Wow.
We actually can share two impactful memories our family has experienced since being a part of Inner City. The first one is earlier this year, we had a family crisis that the Lord used Bishop Nixon to impart great wisdom and comfort to our family. Even today, Merritt and I still glean from what he shared with us. It is still ministering to us now. The
Wow.
second experience is during Easter Resurrection weekend. During that weekend, we were able to bring our two youngest daughters with us to both services, Kayla Grace and Kelsey Elizabeth, who both have ASD, autism spectrum disorder,
Yeah.
as well as other diagnoses. They thoroughly enjoyed themselves and shared with us that they felt the Lord's presence at both services and they felt so welcomed and loved. There goes that word again in the city.
Yeah.
There goes that word love. Even though we are mostly virtual, our kids watch with us and they still say they feel the Lord's presence during service, Monday night prayer, and when they listen in on Bible study. Thank you so very much for this opportunity to share these two out of many wonderful experiences we've had since being a part of Inner City. To God be all the glory. Be blessed, Merritt and Taj Maletti Freeman. I
Yeah.
mean, we just got to share love there. We have to share love there. And I know that I've been commenting, but Bishop, how does that memory from the Freeman family just fill you in that moment?
You know, it's so important for shepherds to connect with their flock. And so many times I have remarked on how much of a recluse I am. I like to be to myself and in my own bubble. And that's the truth. That's the truth about Darius Nixon. I don't mix or mingle. And so, but I am totally a different person when it comes down to my own flock. It is a complete difference when we are together and when I'm in my pastoral capacity. And I'm telling you, um, to be able to connect with the people that have come through our church has been remarkably unexplainable. You know, it is a feeling that comes over me that I feel like I just have to grab them up. And no matter how tired I may be, at the conclusion of every single service, I am standing there greeting and loving on our people because I believe that the church community is so important and so vital for personal development. You know, and I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful to read, to hear, and to really just encounter tonight. This is really it's very lifting and it's very encouraging to any leader to keep going because leading is not easy. And so when you hear the effects and the impact that ministry has on the people you lead, it really gives you a boost to keep going. I love every last one of those people like cook food. I'm telling you right now, like cook food. I love every last one of those people. I saw just a moment ago, Elder Zeke, before we continue, I saw a comment that was shared from a ministry colleague of mine, Bishop Aaron McNair. And he is such a tremendous guy, such a nice guy. There, his church is there in North Carolina, and they're in the midst of a building project right now. And I can so relate to it. Amen. They had been anticipating and waiting for some property to open up, and finally it opened up for them, and they're going into it. And I didn't forget you, Bishop. I'm gonna send my seed to you. I did not forget you. It's just been so much going on, but I did not forget my commitment to you. But I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to share with our people, Zeke. It's been amazing.
Yes, sir, Bishop. And as you're talking about the comments, I see one of our members, Sister Eva Singletary, sharing one of her favorite messages and excerpts from when you preached about Judas, and it's just amazing that we could just go through the corridors of our minds and really think back to how each and every sermon that has been given to us is proof that we have a leader that is rightly dividing the word of truth. It is that quick and powerful sword that we're given week after week, session after session, in the portal, in person, and we are grateful for it. And Bishop, as you were talking about things not being easy and to keep going, it reminded me of what you shared with us on yesterday during the celebration. For those that haven't had an opportunity, after you finish watching this session that you're on right now, go watch the replay from yesterday, because while we had some divine elevation, while we sang beautiful songs, there was prophecy that was given from our bishop, and our bishop clearly gave us the instruction to go after the hard thing. Go after the hard thing. Deacon Damien, I know you just went into a worship that fast, but what can we say about that as we're reflecting on yesterday? Go after the hard thing. Bishop, he gave reference to the prophet Elijah and Elisha, and every time Bishop references those two portions of prophets in Scripture, it is something that hits home, because I can remember praying similar prayers after Bishop had preached. But go after the hard thing. What does that speak to you, Deacon Damien?
I think going after the hard thing is indicative to my journey in inner city. From the very inception of when I walked through those doors on a Wednesday night for Word Wednesday, I remember sitting in this unfamiliar place after passing this building on 148-15 Archer Avenue. And I think from the moment I decided and God had confirmed in my spirit that this was my church, it has been a journey. And I think that going after the heart thing for me looked like not succumbing to the impoverished mentality, knowing that there was life beyond where I was. I was walking around here uneducated. I was walking around confessing and rehearsing things. And I think what that looks like now, after I've been able to accomplish some things that I didn't think I could accomplish, there's so much more. There's so much more life beyond those hard moments. And if God has equipped us, which he already has, to go through those things, then why would you limit yourself? There's some things that I have on my goal list that seem big, but Bishop came to confirm that, oh, it's time to go after it. It's no more. How many times we gonna keep? I want to do. No, it's time to actually put motion behind the word. And I'm telling you, that has been my stretch with Inner City. Out of those 22, I've been here 11. And every time I was faced with a challenge, I had Bishop right there to propel me and push me and remind me that you're more than a conqueror. You have it on the inside, on inside of you of what you need to do to complete it. So when Bishop said it yesterday, immediately it was just an instant confirmation that, okay, yeah, it's time. All those things that you keep writing down and you keep repasting on your vision board. Now go after it. So that's what it resonated with me in that way.
Yes, sir. We can feel your excitement as you're talking, because we know Deacon Damien has this live animation about it. Now
All right.
we're gonna start with you now because we're on Facebook Live.
Don't start.
But when you said put motion behind the word, that just sat with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put motion behind the word. Can we put that in the comment section? Put motion behind the word. We are taught that faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
That means that if we receive a word from God to go after the hard thing, that means that we need to make sure that we are acknowledging first, what is that hard thing and what do I have to do to go after it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do I have to do to go after Pre? Damien, he mentioned that he's been here 11 of the 22, and I think you got me beat, and you got either 21 or 22 of the 22. How can you share what that hard thing and going after it means?
21 years to be exact. What can I say? Going after the hard thing for years, well, since I've became a member at Inner City, all I ever wanted to do was sing. I just want to sing. That's it. Nothing else. If I'm not singing, my world is over. So, in those seasons where Bishop was pushing me to do more than just singing, it was a fight for me because that was all I wanted to do. And if you're coming against me singing, then you're just coming against me, period. So, there was an understanding that I had to grasp when he wanted me to get further my education. He wanted me to experience more things. And so now in my 30s, I'm experiencing so much more outside of singing that if I would have just kept myself in that little bubble of just music, 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 I wouldn't be able to have my own. I wouldn't be a manager where I am now. And I wouldn't have an open heart now to do more for the ministry outside of singing. So it was a challenge for me over the years, a very hard challenge. Because I'm like, Bishop, I just want to sing. And Bishop was like, no, do this. Even when in my moments when I got silenced, you guys, more than once. I was like, no, I just want to sing. And Bishop kept saying to me, it's you're called to something else. You're called to greater things. And yes, singing is a good thing, but you're called to more. And again, if I would have just stayed in that bubble of I just want to sing, the work that I'm doing now in the secular world, I wouldn't even thought about I wouldn't thought about doing it. I wouldn't have been doing it at all. I would have just been like, no, I just want to sing, go to church, that's it. That's all I was known for. So the impact that I get to make with my residents, my teenage mothers that I house in a group home now, I'm just like, I had to go after the hard thing. I had to come out of my norm. And as I stated Sunday before last, I had to relinquish control. You're not in control of your own destiny, Jacoya Ebron. And I'm okay with that now. God gets full control over everything that I'm doing. And this space that I am in now, as Bishop stated, this is a divine moment. This was a divine time because before I would have been like, missionary, no, I'm okay. And now I'm ready for it. Yesterday, I just kept saying, it all makes sense now. I understand now why I had to go through everything that I had to go through in life because it came back around full circle for this moment right now.
That's right.
And again, Bishop, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that, Pre. And even the sharing of being silenced, it shows that we are a well-rounded ministry. We're not a ministry that is going to give you cake and ice cream every time you come. We're not a ministry that's going to give you candy every time you come.
Mhm.
But there's going to be times when you receive things that may cut, but we are not in the spirit of the month of October. We are not Jason Voorhees and we're not Michael Myers in the inner city church. We are surgeons.
Amen.
As Bishop would say, we're on Grey's Anatomy.
Praise the Lord. Praise
We are surgical in our approach, and anytime there's a cutting, it is always to heal, never to hurt,
No.
to heal. And Bishop, can you just talk about that? Because I think that sometimes, even in the age that we're in, where there's such a cancel culture and there's people that, you know, want to go their own way, can you just help us with being able to embrace what that discipline can really do for someone?
Healing hurts.
Yes, sir.
Healing hurts. And that is something that I think we kind of miss. We miss the fact that in order to be healed, you have to hurt to heal. You got to hurt your way from the hurt in order to heal. And so healing is just as painful as the injury, because there is the separation, then there's the rehabilitation. There are so many things that you have to really embrace in order to be completely healed. I remember, when I had surgery many years ago, and it was painful. Okay, that thing, amen. It was painful. I was fine afterward, but I was in pain during my recovery. And I think sometimes we misconstrue and we misdiagnose the season that we're in because of what we're feeling. But you're on the other side of the injury. You may be experiencing some discomfort, and you may be experiencing some pain, but you're on the other side of that injury.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And there's confirmation in the comments. I see those comments coming on screen. Brother Dashin that put a comment in there about, making sure that he was learning, and that conviction that came that caused him to transform. It doesn't always feel good, but as you said, Bishop, if we look at the systems of the world, that recovery room is necessary.
Yeah, and if we're honest, and those of you that's in the comment section, I would that we would be honest about it. You know, in order for us to transform, you don't get to transformation until you're first offended. You're not changing anything until you've been offended from your place of regularity and normalcy. You're not changing nothing. You had to have them feelings had to be hurt. You know, you had to be completely humiliated and left mortified almost, until you realize, you know what, maybe I need to shift some things. It's an aha moment. It's that epiphany that says, yeah, you know what, I may need to change that. But it's offensive. It's offensive. The beauty of the butterfly has to offend the condition of the caterpillar. It must, because the caterpillar doesn't have wings. Its vantage point is limited. Its speed is limited. And it's not really a good looking little creature, is it? But when it is offended, if you want to go far, you're gonna have to cocoon. You're gonna have to morph. And when you do that, then you can spread your wings. But many of you are trying to spread wings in caterpillar stages, and you're mad with people who are used to cocoon you. It's not holding you back. It's not holding you down. It's to cocoon you. See that? Brought it right in there. Yes, yes. There's an animation on the night. Hallelujah to God. Hallelujah. Yes, God. Amen to Him. Mhm.
Yes, sir.
My camera's
Yes,
just
sir.
doing all kinds of things. How you just zooming in?
This camera I got here,
I
my
gotta
God.
stop going to Five Below. Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Not Five Below. Bless them, Lord. You know what? I'm sure that our audience is really soaking up all that is being shared. And Bishop, you're preaching now. And just from that excerpt, we want to give an opportunity. We did it yesterday. We were doing it all last week. We'll do it again before we leave. But I think just on that share that Bishop just gave us, we had that campaign during this year's celebration that if 1,000 partners would sow that gift of the 22, then we know that there would be expansion and growth, not just for the inner city church, but also for all of our partners, members, and friends. If you haven't had an opportunity, and you know what, maybe some of us have already, be a part of this. So now,
Do it again.
yeah, give that 22. Give that 22 on even the share that our bishop just gave us about the power of offense and being on the right side of offense. That's where growth happens. Be on the right side of offense. Tap into Givelify, tap into Cash App. If you're not accessible to either one of those platforms, text anniversary to 855-247-4676 and you can give today. Be a part of the 22. We want to give some more of these names that gave memories, because I see the time is moving and we want to make sure that we hit up some more parts. But there were some great names.
I want to jump in
Yes.
just real quick, Zeke, to speak to that, because I know a lot of people, a lot of people are saying, hey, what is the project? We are not currently in a project. We're not building nothing. We're not doing any of that at this time. But I do personally believe that we've got to do better with communicating where we are inspired.
Yes, sir.
A lot of the times we are inspired, empowered, uplifted, and we don't communicate. And a simple seed as $22 is just to say, you said something that blessed me. You ministered to me and it increased me. I just want to plant something into your ministry. I want to plant something into your church. This is not going to me. This is going to the edifying and the building up of our local church. And you can do that right now. You can sow your 22 seed, and the methods for giving are there on the screen. You can text anniversary to 855-247-4676, and you can do your sewing right now. And we're just looking for 1,000 partners. I think we have over 10,000 followers on our ministry page on Facebook alone. If just a tithe of those who follow us and are blessed by us, and even those who secretly admire us, you can't really tell nobody, but you do. And so it's okay to
Bishop, it's okay. Let it out.
All right. I'm just saying.
You have secret admirers, but as Bishop said, so
it's good ground. It's good ground.
Even secret admirers give gifts.
That's right. Let me write it down.
That's how we know. That's how we know they're an admirer.
Jesus, because you so into what you love.
Even if you did it anonymously, and then I don't want you to know I'm the one that did it, but here's a little something, because you admire the person secretly. Nicodemus came to Jesus by night. I'm not trying to be offensive, I'm just giving it what it is.
He came by night, Bishop, because he couldn't let his crew know who he admired. My God.
Can't let the people know you admire Bishop Nixon. I understand. I get it. But I'm just saying, give an anonymous seed. $22. That's it.
Yes. 22. Do it now. Don't wait until later. We will remind you before we leave in the next few moments, but do it now. And thank you, Bishop, for those encouraging words. Xavier, we want to come to you to get your recap from yesterday. If there was anything that we missed that you wanted to share with us. But before we do that, we just want to again share so many wonderful friends and partners and members that gave memories. Mother Verna Simmons, thank you so much for that memory share. Sister Letitia Williams, we saw her in the intro video and she shared about her family. So much love that was shared, and thank you to missionary Tatiana Cox. I call her MTC. Thank you for that memory shared, and she shared some sermons that was in there. She talked about the audacity and the benefits of a believer. Watch it, missionary. Don't get us started. Don't get us started. Yes, from my very own family, Father Ram, Mother Evangelist, thank you for sharing your memory. Sister Elizabeth Howard, thank you so much. Sister Bertha Hughes, thank you. We're going back to Connecticut. Sister Benita and Vernon Thompson, we love you and thank you for sharing that memory. Once upon a time minister, but now Elder Donna Parker. Thank you for sharing that memory with us. Missionary Shanavia Kelly, thank you, the woman behind the scenes and who is the producer and executor, Dominique Ingram. Thank you for your memory. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Missionary Selena Fields, thank you. Thank you. And also Sister Jennifer Bikes Guzman. And I'm sure that Elder Guzman was a part of that as well. Thank you so much for those memories. I mean,
I don't know. You better ask Sister
Bishop,
Jennifer.
okay,
Better ask her. You can't assume anything with Jennifer. You gotta ask
okay.
her. Jennifer. I'm talking up for you now.
I can hear her. I can hear her right now. No, that's from me. That's from me.
Well, look, my elder he just had a birthday, so I had to include him.
Yeah.
I had to include, and look, inner city is. I heard someone say it the other day. It's not just. I think it was missionary. He's my plus one. I knew she was there. She gonna get me on Sunday. It's a family. It's a family, and our reach extends beyond those that are a part of just our membership. I saw Deacon Damien's mom there in the comments this evening, and she said, "Thank you, Bishop, for not just giving something for me, but thank you for giving something for my son."
Yes.
That's what it's about. Everybody may not come to our services, but there are moments like these where we can all join in, and the family can join in because this becomes a family.
That's right.
Me and Pre have been bro and sis since the beginning.
That's right.
So this is what's it about. Xavier, help us. What was one of those tribal? Come on, Kanika.
It's the word.
That's what it is. Talk to us, X.
Bishop, beautiful sermonette yesterday. If I can take anything away from yesterday, it's when Bishop decided that he wanted to share this truth with us, that if you're called to it and it doesn't hurt, it's not yours. Wow. Well, sometimes after service, I'll just walk up to Bishop and say, "Are you okay? Are you okay today? What happened? What did you go through that you felt that you were inspired to share that word with us?" I was just so blessed, Bishop.
Yeah.
I was really blessed. But it also was in connection to what you had shared to us a few weeks prior when you shared with us that for me, it was just really enlightening because you're just telling us that it costs to carry. It costs to carry the promise. And I do believe that every week you do your earnest best to share with us just a bit of what it means to be a part of the kingdom. And that we all bear the cross together. Not only do you bear the cross, we all bear the cross together. And it's helping to grow me. And not in just my spiritual life, but in the work world as well. I continue to I'll grow myself every chance I get. This year I have gotten to a new level at work, and it's just because I'm determined to be a better me.
Yeah.
I am determined to be a better me. A few years ago, when I was working on some type of like a sign, I was writing down a message, and I wrote about it was called growing pains. And for you to talk about that tonight, Bishop, again to reiterate that it's not fun. Our presiding bishop a few years ago, I think it was like maybe like a month or two before I actually joined the church. He preached on an uncontrollable transition.
Yes.
Man, oh man, that just took me for a whim. Because I was so used to trying to control the temperature of how things were changing.
Mhm.
And I think that the more I'm at in the city, I'm learning that it's better just to give it to him. And I'm grateful for the truths that I get weekly. I'm sorry, I can get a little long-winded when I'm sharing about growth, but I'm grateful.
Growing pains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the reality of all of this is, everybody, that, you know, to all of you who are listening in and just kind of, you know, maybe this is your Monday night drop. I don't know. But for all of you that are kind of like tuned in and you're listening in, you really need to understand that if you can control it, if you can do it with ease, then more than likely that's your hobby. That may not be your purpose. Your purpose is the thing you are trying to evade and avoid because of how difficult it appears, how much it costs, what it's going to take from your current space of comfort. And that's just the reality. If it's easy, it's not yours. It's not your purpose, you know. And all of us who are underneath the sound of my voice tonight, all of us have had our bouts with anxiety. And much of our anxiety is birthed from a place of reluctance. Am I good enough? You know, will I fail? What's up ahead? You know, so there's so many things to be afraid of. And sometimes we allow those fears to prohibit and stop us. I've been there. I have them. I have anxieties. And we allow those fears to stop us and prolong. It's only prolonging, but the grace to do is still upon your life. And that's how I know that I'm called to what's challenging and what's difficult and what's impossible, because I have the grace that comes from God to do, his permission to do. And so it's doing season, it's doing time. And you don't need to delay anymore. Don't delay your doing. It's time to do.
Amen, Bishop. Grace is God's permission for me to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, sir. And you know, there will be seasons, and some of us may be there right now, when, you know, we're going through the doing and the action and that motion behind the word that Deacon Damien gave us earlier, when we're gonna hit those rough patches. But it's what we do during those rough patches that validates the purpose that God has placed into each and every one of our lives. And I believe that, you know, it's sometimes the songs of the Lord that take us through. It's those songs that get us through. And I don't know about anybody else, but anytime Bishop gives the music ministry the green light to sing songs like they sang yesterday, I get excited, because the people don't remember that Bishop used to be on that organ for the inner city church.
That's right.
And before we had a boom stand, Elder Zeke was the boom stand. I
That's
would
right.
hold that mic and we would go forth and sing those songs. And I mean, how can we not talk about the songs of the Lord that went forth yesterday? I want everybody that's there in the comments with us, that's engaging. What has been the song? And you know what? Look, our bishop, he pins some songs. What has been one of those songs that Bishop has pinned that has really touched your life? Can you share that with us in the comment section? I know there's so many that are there. And Deacon Damien, while they're sharing, can you share with us what song has really touched your life that maybe Bishop has pinned?
You really just stumped me. Bishop has written so many songs. And yesterday, that was a very singing to the Lord a new song, but particularly the song that
I didn't write
always Bishop didn't write it. Bishop didn't write it.
I didn't write that.
But the songs that Bishop has written, one of them is what's that? I've decided to make a change in what I declare and proclaim. So therefore I'm not weak, I am strong. Let the weak say
I just want to let everybody know.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
didn't know that he was going to take an opportunity.
Let's pause.
I wanted to say, are we going? Is that what we're going to do this evening?
You know what,
Only
Bishop? I'm glad you're in here tonight.
Song association.
Wow.
I'm glad you're in here tonight. This is what they do to me in the back. But I also saw something that y'all don't know. Talking about them hard times. Let me tell you what's a hard time. When these two get together right here, I don't know how your camera's positioned, but when those two boxes link together, but those songs, that is definitely one of the songs that Bishop has written and has blessed me. And there's so many, but who got next? I mean, I don't know.
Well, look,
sing it,
you don't have to sing, you don't have to sing it. Let me just put it out there.
You don't have to sing it, but look, we know that Deacon Damien had to let us know. But look, I'm sure that you have some songs that you can kind of go. And look, Bishop hasn't just been writing songs now. I mean, going back to 110, there are some songs that Bishop has written. And look, before you go, I see those songs coming up in the comments. Hold on. Oh, yes. Yes. Look, you build me up. Yes, you love me. That's one of Bishop's favorite. That's one of Bishop's current favorites.
That's currently my favorite one.
Yes, sir.
Currently my favorite one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at these songs. Help us. Oh, Xavier put I believe.
X, I have to say that's one of my favorite songs as well.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yes.
Bishop has so many songs. I can't even think of them right now, honestly speaking. But I'm pretty sure if I look through my phone, I got them all. But there's so many songs that Bishop has.
Yes. I believe there was someone in the comment that said, when is the album coming? I guess that's that motion, Bishop, that we're going to have to.
You got to give the $22. Gotta give it $22. Because I don't have it. When I tell you got to give $22 for the album, because I ain't got it. And so when we are able to raise the $22, we got to raise the $22 from the 1,000 people, and you got an entire CD, I promise you.
Not a mixtape. They're going to get the whole album.
Listen to me. The collection.
Hey, Bishop, if they give 222, we'll do a live concert right now.
Not tonight.
Somebody call Antoine.
Not that night.
Antoine, we'll get some instrumentals in here. We'll start singing
Look, talk about instrumentals. Always is one song that's a ballad that will be timeless forever. Forever. Yeah. That was a beautiful one. Go ahead, X. You were saying.
No. That was just another song of Bishop. I had talked to Bishop about that not too long ago. But certainly, I believe God. But let us look to the Lord. He is the one. Wow, such a simple song, but so meaningful. I think sometimes, and it's okay to be okay with hearing cliches today. They're not cliches; they're truths. To me, they're truths today. Let us look to the Lord. He is the one. He's got every answer. He is the one.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I believe with that song, Bishop did it over about 3 different times. Because that song was not, we don't sing it the original way anymore. So I think it was done over like 3 different times. Bishop would take his own songs and revamp them himself. Amen. So the song would never sound the same anytime you ever hear it.
Blessed be the same.
Praise the Lord.
It's the musicality. Somebody put overflow in the comments. Now that will put me underneath the chair.
There's so many people saying you love me. That really is. That's my current favorite one. You love me. I absolutely adore that song.
Yes, sir, Bishop. You know what? I want to give an opportunity for some more of our partners that are in the comments there to continue to put what songs have really impacted them. And while they're doing that, I believe there was one more video that we got from one of our members that we wanted to be able to share while we're on live now, because
Wow.
we have received so many, and we wanted to make sure that they were all being able to be shared with the world. We're continuing to share this love. So I believe it is Sister Justine Billups that we're going to receive her video while we're on live. So continue while that video is going forth to share with us those songs that have impacted you in the comments. And we want to share this video at this time.
Hi, Inner City. This is Justine here, and I'm so happy to come and talk to you about all the ways that Inner City Church impacted my life. I've grown so much professionally, personally, spiritually, and I feel so blessed to have a church family that not only celebrates me, but strengthens me. I feel so blessed. I thank God for Bishop Nixon and Inner City Church. Thank you for every word that you've spoken, and just teaching me how to truly approach life living it God's way. I love you much, and happy anniversary, Inner City.
Wow, that was beautiful. That
Yeah.
was beautiful. Thank you so much, Justine, for sharing that message of love with us. And again, our ministry has so many branches, so many branches, whether it is the retail industry. I know we got so many people that work for Nike, a part of our ministry, or whether it's the NYPD. Yeah, there's so many different branches that our ministry has, and we're so grateful to add them to our fold to be able to expand our reach and really change lives for the better. Change lives for the better. Bishop, I know we are close to time, and we really just want to hear from you. What is next for the Inner City Church? Yesterday we had that divine elevation, and there were just so many lives that were elevated and challenged to go to that next level. What's next for Inner City?
Yeah. It's amazing that you asked that question, because I believe that whenever you start seeing appointments and elevations, that means movement is next. And I'm not talking about movement in the form of um, physical real estate. You know, having a building, I believe we'll get there, and all will be well. What I'm sensing as far as movement is concerned is the evolution of a people, the evolution of a people, the emerging of a people that are rising from the ashes of life. If we're honest, the last 4 years in particular have been a disaster. And so many have found themselves buried underneath the ruin that these changes in our culture, in our climate, have made for us. We didn't make them; they were made for us, and we've been trying so hard. And I think that's one of the negatives that we've been seeing today, is that people have been trying so hard to recapture normal, to revive what was, not understanding that what was is no more. And it is now time to journey into that new space and to discover what next really looks like for you. And so I believe that this is a movement, and creating a resource center for our church to help those really navigate into the next phase of life, um, so that they are stable, so that they are solid, so that they are fruitful, and that their fruit remains. And so that's really what's next. As you can see, some of our members, such as yourselves, who are on the screen, as well as people like Justine and Latoya Nugent, and I don't want to start calling names because there's so many of them, who are really moving quite rapidly through their chosen career paths. They are talked about it, accelerating in their career paths. And so what people don't realize is that what we get in empowerment, or through empowerment, in our religious sectors actually converge over into currency in our secular sectors. I can recall so many times, Zeke, you mentioning to me things that you have heard in the workforce were echoing what you had learned just sitting at my feet. And so the Lord, not that I know everything, He knows. And what He gives, I pour. And that pour is a preparation for what's next in life. And so I believe that what is about to happen for every individual who accepts it and who receives it is going to be massive personal evolution, massive personal evolution. You're coming into a new form of yourself that will not be the you that was. It will be a you that has survived and found a way to thrive. So I believe it's going to be a season of newness, a season of movement, but a season of newness, a season of movement, but a season of newness. On top of that, it is not God doing anything again. It is God doing everything anew. I want to share this. Uh, God gave me this um, some time ago, and I began to share it. And I didn't really dwell, but I may have to revisit it. But we don't see God repeating anything in the scriptures. Even the working of miracles, everything was its own miracle, its own activity. God doesn't do anything again. He does everything anew. um, Even with the blind, there were two instances where spit was used, but it was applied differently. The first time when he spits in the dirt and makes the mud packs or the clay packs and anoints the man's eyes. The next instance where spit is used, he spit directly on the man. He spit directly on his eyes. And so, what I'm saying to you is that even when there is similarity, there is no exactness. It's similar, but it's not exact. We are similar, but we are not the same. And so, I believe what God is doing in this hour is what we have never seen before, unprecedented, never experienced before. So, I want to share with every person who's listening: prepare for movement. I also want to encourage you that there were so many who said, "Well, if we would have known, we would have been there." I received a message from certain, I was going to call it, but I received a message from certain ones who, saw that their family members were elevated. Well, if we would have known, we would have been there. How could no one tell us? Well, they didn't know. No one who was elevated knew. They did not know. They did not know because it was something that the Lord gave me and released my hand and told me to do immediately. That was put together in 1 week. In 1 week. And I decided not to preach a full message so that I could give the time that was needed to elevate those, because these are the voices, these are the faces that you will now start to see rise to responsibility, not leadership, not roles, but responsibility. They are now going to carry the burden for the next phase of our church. And so God is really up to something. Movement and newness is going to be movement and moving us into newness. So that's what's next. That's what's major.
Wow, Bishop. Wow. Movement and newness. I believe that there are so many that have already put it in the comment section, but if you have not done so already, put that there as a point of contact, as a point of declaration. I saw some hands lifted. I had mine lifted as well because I was just receiving in that moment movement and newness. God is doing a new thing for us. And just like the song said, whatever we ask for and whatever we pray for, nothing shall be denied, saith the Lord. I believe that wholeheartedly today, Bishop, and we stand with you. We stand with you in that word, movement and newness. Thank you so much, Bishop.
New support,
Yes.
new connections, new doors, new. everything new. And you're going to be discouraged looking for the blessing in old territory. You're going to discourage yourself by not giving yourself permission to look for what you don't even know is coming. Just expect God. Stop expecting the thing that you prayed for and just expect God, because God will raise strangers up. I can almost guarantee you Elijah had no idea that birds were coming to bring him bread and meat. But he was in the right place to receive it. And all I'm saying to y'all is just look for God. Stop looking for, the familiar. You're going to be upset when the people who was running to the rescue before can't run to the rescue now, and you're going to aggravate yourself. But God is saying it's not on them no more. It's not on them no more. Moses got frustrated and hit the rock. He struck the rock. Now, striking the rock was the instruction the first time. But God said, not this time. This time, speak to the rock. But he hit the rock again, thinking that it was an again. It's not in the again. It's in the anew. It's in the new. All right. So you got to get out of the again and get into the new. It's going to be completely mind blowing. Nobody it may not even be anybody a stranger may have your name. And I'm going to stop because, you know,
Please don't, Bishop. We're receiving, and I pray that as we're receiving, that there are still some that are going to be challenged and provoked to give in that 22.
listen,
Because
there are people right now, Zeke, that's listening to me right now who have no idea that this particular live was not by accident. That this is something that they needed to hear because in just a few days or maybe even a few hours, something new is about to manifest in their life. And you can, I believe that our platform, has been able to prove that the presence of the Lord can be transmitted even when you're not in the same room. The presence of the Lord, wherever you are viewing right now, the presence of the Lord is ministering to you. And we didn't plan to go this way, but I just feel led of the Lord to announce to you, even as we're coming to the close of yet another year, new, 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 and move into the new. What good is the new if you don't move into it? What good is the new if you don't move into it? New has a different kind of smell. New has a different kind of feel. New, it's just it's never been handled before. It's never been wielded before. No one in your bloodline has ever done this before. No one has ever ventured into this before. It's on you. You have been selected for the new. You have been graced for the new. New, 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 new. Nothing again. He ain't doing nothing again. And that's something that Zeke X, I had to bring myself to a hard place that God's not going to do anything again, but he's going to do everything anew. And I had to give God the permission to shock me. And not that he needed my permission. When I say give God the permission, I'm saying let my faith be released to believe that he can do what I'm not even anticipating. Now unto him who is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that you what? Ask or think. It's going to go beyond what you can even bring into concept, what you can even think of, what you can even ask for. And guess what? It's according to the power that works in you. You got to release yourself into the new. It's movement and it's new. And that's where we're going. That's where we're going. That's where many of you are going. And you don't even have to be a member of my church. Just you're just underneath the umbrella of this prophetic utterance right now. And you're going into something brand spanking new.
Bishop, you taught us to never sit at the foot of a prophet and not bring a gift. So I stand with the charge that we just gave everyone in giving that 22. And I'm sure that there are so many others that may have given yesterday and have been giving, but this prophetic utterance deserves a seed, and tonight that seed is the 22. So thank you so much, Bishop, for giving us that. It reminds me of something that you told us some time ago, to live ready. Because the new is coming, we have to live ready, and that means that we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare. We have to make space for the new, not just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. What are we doing spiritually that will help us and aid us in maintaining the new once it comes? Because when it comes, we don't want to, and that's why some of us have been in that season of overwhelm that Bishop has been sharing with us over the past few weeks. Some have been overwhelmed by new, and some have been overwhelmed by challenges. But wherever state you are in, new is coming.
Yes.
New is coming. And I believe you even reminded us yesterday, Bishop, while we were in that divine elevation, of this still being a record-breaking year. I referenced that experience that we had at the beginning of this year quite often. It is still a record-breaking year, and all God needs is a day.
That's it. And not even.
Yes, all he needs is a moment, and he can provide us with that new that he has promised us that we would definitely have. So wow, this has been awesome tonight.
Yeah.
This has been amazing. This has been amazing. Before we leave off, we want to just give some moments for our panelists to give some final remarks. Xavier, we want to hear from you first, sir. Then we'll go to Missionary Pre, and we'll end off with Deacon Damien. But this has been an awesome share. Xavier, please share with us your final remarks, sir.
I don't think I have anything to say. This is gonna be my declaration for a little while, Bishop. It's gonna just say, I don't expect, I just believe.
Yeah.
It's good.
That was good, Bishop. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. And let's keep going. 22 and more.
22 and
of the crew, but 22 and more. 22.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to us, Missionary Pre.
I just want to thank God for Bishop. I thank God that you heard from him and you stayed put. For those of you that don't know, Bishop was going to Virginia. And I don't know where Jaquia Sabrina Mary Ebron missionary would be if Bishop would have went to Virginia. Now I make a joke, I probably would have found him anyway. But Bishop was going to Virginia and he was gone. He was like, I'm out of here, I'm not staying. But he listened to God and he stayed put. And I'm so thankful for that, because where would we be if Bishop had gone to Virginia?
oh,
Thank you, Lord. You could go there to visit, but you gotta come back. Okay? Can't stay. That's all I have to say is thank you, God. Thank you,
Wow.
God.
Thank you so much for that, Pre. I'm sure that you put Bishop in that that memory of when he was sitting at
yes.
133rd. Yes.
Yeah.
With Elder Nixon, Overseer Nixon.
Yeah.
So wow, thank you so much for that, Pre. Deacon Damien, what can we say about this evening, sir?
I don't know why I feel in my spirit to say with movement and with newness needs to come with a different language. I think we have to remember that we got to say what God said. And in order for us to have that movement and that newness, we got to get out of that talking against what we just declared out of our mouths. Bishop has spoken prophetically tonight. And I urge you, if you don't have a church home,
Good.
and if you don't have a bishop or a pastor, there's room here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not doing this. No, Bishop didn't send me no text.
No.
I'm only telling you that I have benefited from being a part of this ministry.
Yeah.
And you need a prophet. And I don't want you to continuously stay in that place, because there's room. There's room to be. We are an inclusive family. We are here for you. So that's what I got out of this night. I can recount the years that I've been a part of this church and just been blessed by what Bishop has preached, what Bishop has prophetically said. But I have been impacted by Bishop's deed and action. It's more than what we have said out of our mouth, but we have felt personally the action behind the words. So come on and be a bishop. Used to say, ask yourself, did you have a pastor? Did you have a church home? Why
Yeah.
you don't got no pastor and you ain't got no church home? Come on over to ICC. We're waiting for you.
Amen.
Thank you so much for that, Deacon Damien. As we leave, and we'll give Bishop a moment to give his farewell to our audience. We were with Bishop the other night in New Jersey, and I believe it was Bishop Timothy Griffin who shared that it's so good to see you guys again with Bishop.
Mhm.
He remarked that it's such a great thing when you have anointed gifts and you can see familiar faces. And Bishop, I just want to stand with all that serve in different capacities, that we are privileged to serve at the Inner City Church.
Amen.
This is good ground, this is good soil, and every opportunity that you give us to serve, even on this platform, you didn't have to share this with us, but you have shared with us and given us all opportunity to grow as in every area that God has for us. So thank you for being the father, the parent, the disciplinarian, the teacher, being that source of strength and hope for so many of us. Thank you so much. And if you never hear it again, know that the Inner City Church loves their bishop. We love you so much, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm really glad. And listen, I love y'all. I say it all the time, and y'all are not going to get me crying on this live tonight. But I say it all the time that I love y'all, and I appreciate you so much. I'm grateful for the charge that I have to lead such a brilliant group of people. I don't, I don't, I don't like the. Um, I don't like the notion that we're the best church, because it sends a suggestion of competition and comparison to other churches and ministries. And I think that every person who belongs to a church should feel that way about their church. And I don't take anything away from any other ministry, but I really believe that we have a brilliant group of people, people that the earth will know, and people that the earth will benefit from. And that's our goal. Thank God for all of you. I want to say congratulations again to all of you who received elevation on yesterday. I'm so godly proud of you. And I know that the hand of the Lord is on you. And to all of you who yet remain, you just never know what God is doing. We don't do what we do for reward, because the truth is that every reward in the kingdom is a responsibility. So you got to be very careful desiring rewards, because to whom much is given, much is required of that same individual. And so it is very important. I congratulate all of you. And for those of you who are yet remaining, remain faithful and remain diligent. And as you remain faithful and diligent, the Lord has some special things in store for you. He's doing nothing again, but He's doing everything anew. Go after the hard thing. You have asked the hard thing. Go after the hard thing. Thank God for you tonight. Thank God for you joining us tonight. The recap of our church anniversary. Church anniversary was amazing. The last thing I'm going to say to y'all before I let you go is I want you to consider with me, consider being with me this coming Sunday at 3 p.m., November the 3rd at 3 p.m. It is worship with the presiding bishop. That's right. My presiding bishop is going to be with me this Sunday, Bishop Hezekiah Walker. And listen, I know it's going to be a time in there at 3. So this is what I want you to do. You better get there early so you could get yourself a good seat. It's going to be amazing up in there this coming Sunday. And Bishop is so excited about coming to be with us. And so I want us to make sure that we are there in full. Bring Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. I'm so excited. Bishop hasn't been to us in 2 years. He hasn't been in the house in 2 years. And so I'm excited that he's going to be with us. And I'm excited to hear what he's going to share. The admiration and the love that you have for your leader is not fake. It's not fake. And it is never altered because of someone else's opinion of that leader. This is my man of God. And I am excited that he's going to be with us this coming Sunday. And I'm going to move everything out of the way as soon as he comes in the door so that we can hear from him. It's going to be amazing, y'all. I thank God for each of you tonight. I want you to make sure you're with us this coming Sunday, 3 p.m., November the 3rd. We're in our 22nd year on our way to 23. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Until next time, good night, everybody.